Hello, everybody. Last week, James Lovelock died at the age of 103. A scientist who made huge contributions to the fields in which he was interested and had a very high reputation, though not everybody agreed with him. And there have been a number of wonderful obituaries of his life. He's best known for his proposing the Gaia theory. But one of the things I liked about him also was his open-mindedness. I mean, he didn't have any financial constraints. He wasn't limited in any way as to what he researched or what his research was directed towards, because he had a financial freedom. Because early on in his career, he invented something called the electron capture detector, which can pick out toxic elements in the environment. And the money he made from this gave him a freedom to do his own thinking. But it wasn't just the practical freedom, it was the attitude of his mind. He was once asked by a questioner how it was that so much of his thinking was done, as the questioner put it, outside the box. And his reply after a few moments of reflection was, "What box?" And it's this ability just not to be hindered at all by preconceived ideas or other people's notions or what's expected, but just to be open-minded to what your mind can discover in its exploration. And it may have been partly this skill of his, this approach of his, that led to the Gaia theory, which, and huge simplifications coming up here, in the Darwinian idea of the way in which the Earth develops is one of basically natural selection, in other words, competitiveness, whereas his Gaia theory suggests that actually the world is one huge cooperative effort, that things aren't competing with each other, they're working together at all sorts of different levels. And Gaia, the ancient goddess of the earth, is a symbol of this way in which the earth itself, the globe, just cooperatively works together to produce an environment which, until human beings interfere with it, is creative and delightful. And I just, though I know that theory is not widely held, not in the way that he proposed it anyway these days, I like it. I like the idea that at the heart of everything is cooperation. Competition is very important, and we saw in the sort of in the football over the weekend, in other spheres, how competitiveness really brings out the best in people sometimes. But in the end, I think it's cooperativeness that's going to make our nation, our world, our individual lives more creative, and indeed lead to our survival. And so today, whatever I can do to encourage human cooperation, human working together, though that's a far cry from what James Lovelock was actually proposing, that's what I shall do as a result of learning a little bit about him.